Alright viewers, welcome back to the DCS Sword tutorial in the Tomcat's RIO. Today we are looking at the radar, both the DDD and TAD, although we'll mainly be focusing on the TAD since that is the main thing we'll be using for TWS, but it doesn't hurt to practice this a little bit too. So, the first thing is the hand control unit. There are some controls you need to know, mainly it is the half action, full action. There you go. So that is the main thing you'll be focusing on. Oh, actually, that was the wrong controls. For some reason, it defaults to pilot. Okay, here we go. There you go. HC full action, half action, HC offset. Those lantern controls, MRL. Okay, so we have 5 different radar modes for search. We have PD search, TWS auto, range or scan, TWS man, and pulse search. Pulse search, you select that. That will put the radar into a essentially a non-pulse Doppler mode, which is similar to what the Phantom has. So if you set the range for this mode is controlled up here. The range on this panel here controls the TID display range. Go on here. So with the radar in pulse, it functions much like the Phantom's radar, which I did a tutorial on previously. This is only really useful if you're like hunting ships, maybe you can use it that way, or if you are below the target and you know where they are, you can also use it that way. Pulse search and pulse Doppler search do not generate track files on the TID. You need to use RWS, TWS, and TWS Auto for that. Pulse Doppler search just has raw pulse Doppler returns on the DDD, again not generating track files on the TID. Unlike, let me just pause it here. Sorry, I'll just pause it. Okay, I'll pause it there. Okay, so that contact there. The thing to know is you'll see here the range here that show the range in pulse. In all the pulse Doppler modes, which is PD, TWS, and RWS, the DDD does not scale on range. It scales on closure rate. And I believe that when the bandit is closer to the bottom of the scale, then they are having a higher closure rate to you. If they are higher up on the scale, they have they are flying away from you. They're flying cold. So if they're flying, if the radar contact is in the bottom half of the scale, they're coming towards you. Upper half are going away. And that is true for any of the 4 pulse Doppler modes, which again is PD search, TWS auto, TWS manual, and RWS. To IFF, you press this button here, so I'll just do that now. Okay, so we got a positive IFF on something. Okay, I'm now going to go into RWS. This will generate track files. As you can see here, we have 2 track files. One is moving towards me and is lower. One is kind of not moving towards me and is higher. It is worth noting that although RWS can generate track files, you cannot guide phoenixes unless you get a single target track on something, which I'll demonstrate now. So we put the HCU into DDD mode. Then we go half action on the HCU. Sorry, it has been radar mode. There we go, radar. Okay, so now we go half action, and then we select this bandit here, full action, and that will get a lock. We've locked the bandit that was closing in on us. And now we have ranging symbology, so you see there 31 miles and closing, 22,000 feet. And yeah, we have their bearing as well, so they're heading north, which makes sense because we are pointing south. So I'm going to go half action to break the lock and go onto the TID cursor mode. So now I will go over the TWS auto mode and also manual. They work the same. The only difference is in manual, you have control over the radar antenna. In auto, you don't. Okay, so let me pause here. So you see here in TWS auto, the radar has found itself two targets. One is closer, one's further away. That is the one. This is the one that we locked earlier. So we know that's hostile. I'll use IFF, that is also probably hostile. Okay, so we have three contacts, no IFF returns on those two, so I will designate these as hostile. To do that, I will HCU half action over the closest one, come down to the cap, go down to target data, half action because I lost him for a second, got him back. So then we select the hostile, and that'll put a chevron over the radar contact. Over the track file, I should say. So now that track file has a chevron above it, indicating that is a hostile. I know the guy behind him is a friendly. Something getting back on radar. I got the TWS auto, I'm ready to adjust the antenna elevation. I'm not seeing him for some reason. Okay, there he is. So I'll go HCU half action, full action, and then select friend, and that'll put a semicircle above him. Now to explain what all this means, if a bandit or if a contact has a symbol on the top of the icon, that means the radar is seeing it and generating that track file. If the symbology is below the, I guess something like facing down, that means you're receiving that track file from data links. That could be an AWACS, another Tomcat, a ship that's on link 4. Really anything that is on the Tomcats network. Of note, Tomcats cannot receive data link info from a Hornet or a Viper or an Eagle when that eventually comes out, or an F-35 when that comes out. That is because the Tomcat is on the Link 4 system, not the Link 16 system. So I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe Hornets can like do fighter-to-fighter data link with the Tomcat because they also have Link 4, but I think that's only for carrier landings, so probably not. So you need an AWACS in order to interface with the more modern 4th gens. Basically, is what I'm saying. So you'll also see next to the closer bandit we have a 1. That is because the FCR in TWS, auto or manual, will find and prioritize contacts for the Phoenixes to engage. It can track up to 6 targets like this at once in TWS. If I on pause, so that 1 means it's being tracked. So let's bring the TID range down to 50 miles to get a better look. And HCU full action on this guy. So 17 miles. The blinking indicates he's in Phoenix range, or in range whatever weapon you have selected, which is a Phoenix in this case. So let's go and fire. Now, the Tomcat was designed around the RIO being able to fire missiles, so we just press this red button here, and that will launch whatever weapon the pilot has selected. Hold that, and Fox 3. So now the number 1 next to that target has been replaced by a number counting down. That is the estimated time till impact. Although you do have to understand, of course, it's quite an old system, so it's not going to be perfectly accurate. Let's select the video display to try and get a look if it'll find him. Okay, no, well, okay, so the impact time has... It's not over impact time, so I don't know if the missile's hit or not. We'll of course find out if the bandit displays firm radar. Okay, not sure if that's it or not, but whatever. Let's go into manual, see if I can find him. Okay, let's select this guy. IFF him, try and launch this Phoenix. No IFF return. That is a hostile. Oh, we lost him. Okay. Yeah, so that bandit is notching us because the radar is so old. It has quite a wide notch gate, so it is very easy to notch this radar. Okay, that's hostile. We're launching the Phoenix. Fox 3. There it goes. Okay, so that first one did hit. Okay, so you see we are a MiG-21 pilot dead there, so that did hit. Cool. So that's also tracking. So obviously because Phoenixes are Fox 3s, they will get themselves on target at about 10 miles. So that is very good to know. So that's probably gonna hit, yeah. Or maybe not actually, it's been quite slow. Yeah, no, okay, that did just about miss, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's lost lock. Okay, yeah, no, that does happen. The Phoenix is quite a temperamental missile. It does sometimes struggle to track, especially fighters like fish beds. Now, of course, you do also have the TV sensor. This will automatically slave to something USDT, so I could try and STT something to show that. No, okay, he just got called, okay, great. Okay, I'll try and get that Boeing 747 locked up then. Also... Oh yeah, well there's that fish bed, I think, so let's go into radar. Okay, so there's that 747. Let's go into TV mode. And you see there, it is tracking the target. You can just cast in a little dot there. That is the 747 we have locked up. It is also possible to like manually slew it around if you set the HCU into TCS mode. That will slew the TCS and let you lock things manually. That can be useful in certain situations because you can in fact slave sidewinders to the TCS and what it has locked, but that is the only application really, and I've never found a particular need to do that, so, you know, I did just shrug, but obviously you can't see that. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is to cover as far as the radar goes in the RIO seat. Of course, there are some more advanced features. You can change the elevation bars you want, change the azimuth scan. I can change the VSL and all this other stuff. However, it is worth noting that in TWS, I believe you are locked to I think it's a 2-bar scan. I think it's 40 degrees or 20 degrees. You are locked. Let me just go and check that actually. So I'll go into TWS and set the different. Okay, yeah. So it locks you up to 40. So you can go up to 40 degrees in TWS, and I believe it's a 4-bar scan you're locked to up to in elevation. So let's just count the number of bars. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 bars elevation, 40 degrees azimuth. That is what I figured, but it's obviously good to just check. So yeah, I will be seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Ciao, one, signing off.